Have you ever thought about, let's say you wanted to do something. You want to do something very, very big. And please forgive me, I have laryngitis, but I'm going to persevere. Have you ever wanted to do something very, very big? Let's say you want to become a speaker and you want to be on the biggest stages of the world, or you want to create a business and you just don't know how, or maybe you wanted to I don't know, play a sport that you never played before, but something gets in the way. Fear gets in the way, doubt gets in the way, and all of these types of things that try to stop you from getting that done. Well, I'm here to tell you that you can actually get it done. And there's something that you need that's going to allow you to get it done much better than your talent, much better than your education, much better than all of the skill sets that you may have. There's one thing I'm going to share with you in a moment that's going to unlock you to unlimited amounts of success. I am His Excellency Ambassador Dr. J. Johnson, Commander of the Most Excellent Order of International Experts. And today we're going to talk about this one thing that's going to unlock your future of success. And you have it in you. As a matter of fact, yes, you and you and you have it in you. It was born in you, and you have to make sure that you continue to exercise this one key element. But in a moment, I'm going to share with you 5 ingredients of this key element. What is that element? It is called persistence. That's right, persistence. That one key element is going to unlock the doors to all of your future. Persistence. You see, some people are extremely talented. They may have all the education in the world. There's a lot of educated fools out there who does not take anything, does not have persistence in what they're doing. They will not take the necessary steps to continue to go through the naysayers. And of course, we know there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be a lot of people that's going to doubt you. Of course, you may even start to doubt yourself. But I tell you what, when you understand persistence, you'll know that you're going to continue to persevere through every obstacle, every naysayer, no matter who they are, no matter where they are, no matter what's going on. You'll know for a fact that you're going to hit these goals. So I'm going to give you 5 key strategies, 5 ingredients of persistence, just 5, okay, that each and every one of you can do. Matter of fact, the first one is a set destination. Okay, please write that down. A set destination. Now, why do you have to have a set destination? Because if you don't know where you're going, of course, any road is going to lead you there. So we want to make sure that you actually have a set destination. Think about this for a second. You won't just get in the car and start driving aimlessly, would you? No, most of the time you know where you're going. You may not now always know the directions on how to get there, but that's why we have a GPS. We have a map. Someone is going to teach you or share with you different routes that you can take in order to get to your destination. So you don't necessarily have to know the route, but you just do have to know where you're going at least. Okay, so set a set destination, right? So also the number two is goal oriented. Goal oriented. See, I truly believe that goals are like targets. And the only way for you to see if you hit or miss is to look around the bullseye for holes. That way you can make the proper adjustments to find out, shall I go left? Shall I go right? Shall I go up? Shall I go down? Which direction should I take? Once you see that okay, I miss here, you can make some calculated adjustments. I'm talking about adjustments that's going to put you back on track. Even when you're driving, you notice when people are driving, they're doing something like this, they're adjusting, going left and right, left and right, left and right. So basically, you have to understand that when it's time to hit your goals, even if you're driving, you have to make these minor adjustments in order to drive straight. Can you imagine that? Same thing with your goals and your dreams, whatever that goal is. Let's say you want to climb this biggest mountain, but you want to start with a smaller mountain, accomplish and those smaller mountains, then you can get to the bigger mountains. Just like in school, we have first grade, we have second grade, we have third grade. Very rarely do we have people going from the 3rd grade to the 12th grade instantly. No, you go through step by step, step by step, step by step until you graduate from high school. Then you go off to college, right? So same thing here in your goals and your dreams. In order for you to conquer the biggest mountain, start with conquering the smaller mountains first, then go to the next one. So you can have the skill set, you can have the stamina, you're going to have the mindset, you have the willpower, you have the tools and the resources and all the things that you need in order to scale those mountains. So whatever mountain is in front of you, you're going to be able to do it, but you got to be persistent when you're doing it. Okay. So that's very, very key. All right. So if you think about Michael Jordan was extremely talented. Michael Jordan is one of my favorite basketball players. I don't know if he is for you, but he was one of the greatest basketball players on the planet. So if you think about all the other basketball players that were out there, they were professionals, professional basketball players. But Michael Jordan was an expert. Why? Because he conquered the fundamentals of basketball, and he became an expert in the fundamentals of basketball. He was not the most talented. I mean, he was not the most athletic, but he conquered the fundamentals and became very persistent in every area of the game. Therefore, he became an artist in the game. Next thing you know, he became the most paid and most valuable player that ever touched the ball. You see, it's persistence that wins the game. It's not necessarily just a talent. It's persistence. You got to be persistent. Same thing with Kobe Bryant. Same thing with some of these other legends that you see that's out there. But those legends, this persistency is not necessarily stored up for those legends. It's stored up for each and every one of you. You must learn the ingredients of persistence. Okay, so you make sure when you set a goal, you set a game plan that's going to help you get to those goals. Sometimes you may hire a coach, a teacher, a mentor, someone that can actually help you get there. So if you want to be a speaker, be on the biggest stages of the world, you may hire a teacher, a coach, or mentor that can help you get there because they've been there. Okay. Now, understand also when you are going through your journey, it's the journey itself that is the success. It's not the destination. It's the journey that is the success. So when you learn to tell your story of getting to that destination, that alone right there is going to be extremely powerful for you as well. But you have to be persistent. You know, just like Pearl was saying earlier, she was telling a story all around the world. And I'm so glad that she said yes to this event. I'm so glad she didn't say no to this event, because we would not get those pearls of nuggets that she just gave us as well. I hope you were writing. I hope you was writing those down, because she actually shared a lot of wisdom. Okay. So think about when it comes to your goals and your dreams. You have a goal. Once you hit that goal, celebrate. Do something that's going to celebrate that minor victory. Celebrate the small wins, because when you celebrate those small wins, it's going to encourage you to go to the next goal so you can get another victory and then another victory. So pretty soon, you may have thought at one point that you was defeated on something. No, now you're victorious. You're putting victory over victory over victory over victory, and now you're no longer the victim. You're victorious. Okay. So the next one is determination. So that's the third ingredient, determination. Determination is so very, very important. I love determination because, it doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter who says no. It doesn't matter what they do, what they say. You have to have in your mind and make a decision that you're going to make it, that you are the one that's going to make it, that you have the talent, you have the skill set, you have the resources, you have the tools, you have everything that you need in order to actually get to that goal. And you have to be determined that you're going to do it. I mean, naysayers, doesn't matter. No matter what's going on in life, you have all these things going on in life that's going to be trying to distract you from getting that goal, but you have to be determined that you're going to hit it no matter what. No matter what's going on, no matter who's in the White House, no matter who's what your boss is saying, no matter what the weather's like, none of that stuff matters, because you have to have what's called a laser focused mindset on accomplishing this goal and be just so determined that you can create what's called a determined nation. Not just determination, but a determined nation, where there's a group of people that's supporting you in hitting that goal, making that dream happen, getting to those bigger stages, learning how to create your own signature talk, your own brand, or building that business, writing that book. And congratulations to you, Pearl, on writing that book. Congratulations. So some people may say, well, I have some ideas that I just want to keep these ideas down, but I definitely don't want to actually put any type of backing towards those ideas. Now, understand this. If you have an idea, back that idea with confidence. Confidence. Back your idea with confidence. Okay. Now, why do I say this? Because if you have an idea and have no confidence behind it, you're not going to actually go forward through it or go to it. You're not going to get to it. Okay. So you want to make sure that you back your ideas up with confidence. See, it's confidence that sells. I remember one time I had this idea, and this idea I saw from Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was doing Billie Jean. Y'all remember that? Billie Jean, he was walking on the sidewalk and the sidewalk was lighting up under his feet. I thought to myself, man, that was so cool, right? And I thought to myself, I wonder if cars can do something like that. That would be really cool if cars could do that. So, but that would be very expensive to try to light up the street from underneath. So I'm like, well, what would be the solution for that? How about put lights on the bottom of the bottom of the cars, let it shine down onto the road? Ding, 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 ding. That was an idea, but I didn't back it up with confidence. I wasn't determined to get it out there. I didn't persevere to get it out there. I didn't use any type of persistence. I just told a couple of friends, and they was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Next thing you know, 2 years later, you see these Jeeps riding around with these neon lights and all these sports cars with neon lights, these big trucks with neon lights on there because someone else backed up that idea with confidence. Okay, so I'm encouraging you today to make sure that you back your ideas up with confidence and be persistent in getting that idea out there to the marketplace, because that idea could be the solution to someone's problems, but you have to have confidence in order to actually go through that. So persistence is key. So determination is one of the key values. Okay, now the other thing is resilience. Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites. This is another ingredient to persistence. Resilience. Now, you know for a fact that anytime you do something, especially if you do something in the name of Christ, or shall I say in the nature of helping humanity, or doing anything that's going to actually help society become better, you're going to have a target on your back. You're going to have many targets on your back. And people are going to be throwing darts at you left and right. So one of my mentors, one of my former mentors, Mr. Jerry Clark, he was talking about the cow mentality and a rhino mentality. Now, let me tell you a little bit about this, okay? Now, cows are complacent animals. They sit in the cow pasture, and that's all they do is they eat grass. Moo. That's all they do is they eat grass, right? But a rhino cannot stay in the cow pasture. Even if you're a rhino in the cow pasture, you have a mindset of, you know what, I got to get out of here. I have to become an entrepreneur. I cannot stay in as an employee anymore. You know, you have, too much to actually be out on too much to actually stay as an employee, but you don't know enough yet to be an entrepreneur just yet, or a business owner. And that's okay. You're still in a great place, but you have to have a rhino mentality, knowing that I can't stay here. I have to go through the swamp. I have to go through the jungle. I have to go through all of that mess in order to get to my entrepreneurship. Okay. So now, but the cows are going to sit up there and be like, why you want to leave? You haven't made here. Moo. Anybody seen Bessie? Bessie's gone. Bessie's been slaughtered, and you may be next if you continue to do the same thing a cow is doing, just sitting around waiting to be slaughtered. You see, but as a rhino, you know for a fact that you have to get out there into the swamp. Now, when you get out to the swamp, there's going to be leeches and alligators and crocodiles. There's going to be bears and even mankind would be throwing darts at you, bow and arrows, throwing darts. But you have to develop the thick skin, a thick enough skin, so those darts can actually bounce off of you, so you can withstand some of those attacks, so to speak. No matter who it is, no matter what it is, you want to be, whether it's taxes or it doesn't matter what that problem is that's going to try to tackle you and deter you or to distract you and take you out. Understand, when you have what's called resilience, that resilient skin set, that resilient thickness, and I'm not just talking about the flesh, I'm talking about the resilience in the mindset. The 6 inches between your ears, most people would travel around the world first before they travel the 6 inches between their ears. So you have to develop what's called a very, very strong, resilient mindset between your ears in the mind, so you can become a lot more resilient to all of those darts and those naysayers and all those type of things. So when you go through the swamp, yes, there may be a lot of attacks. And you may go through the swamp and everything like that, and you may get some leeches, and it's all muddy and it's all nasty and it's foul, and it's just horrible. It smells so bad that you can't even breathe. I'm talking about getting to the other side. But once you get to the other side, though, oh my God, it's like paradise. It's beautiful. And it was designed for you. And see, all of that dirt, all of those scratches and scrapes and all that type of stuff can be washed off. It can be healed. You take a shower, you put all that stuff, all those scratches and scrapes can be healed. Can you imagine that? So now, what is your job to do? Your job now is to throw a big party. Yeah, celebrate that success, right? You made it through the jungle. You made it through the swamp. You became an entrepreneur. Guess what? You throw a big party. And now you're sitting on the balcony of your mansion. So, and you send limousines to all the people that said no. Yeah. You send limousines and black cars to all the people that said, you know what, this is not going to make it. You're not going to make it. This thing is not going to work. That idea is just not going to happen. Or you don't have a skill set. You don't have a mindset, whatever. All of those naysayers, you want to send limousines and bring them to your, they drive up to your big mansion. They open up the gate and they go around the big fountain of your estate, and they go into the living room area of your estate, and you just come out on the balcony, and you're overlooking everyone, and they're eating. There's music and everything like that. There's free champagne and everything like that. And you're saying to them, "Listen, I'm so glad that each and every one of you came today. I'm humbled and I'm honored by each and every one of you being here. Just know that all of the drinks and all of the food is on me. Okay, it's on me. So eat up, have a great time. And this is for all of you who told me no. All of you who said this wasn't going to make it. I wasn't going to make it. This wasn't going to happen. All of you who said, you know what, that all of you who tried to deter me and try to take me back to the cow pasture. All of those who basically said that this was not even possible. This was a pyramid or whatever the case may be. I'm grateful for each and every one of you, because each and every one of you have to go back to work on Monday. Each and every one of you have to go back to your cow pastures to continue to moo and eat grass. But it was because of you that made me have a sense of determination, willpower, and persistence that gave me the power to really, really get out there and make sure that this happened for me. Yes, I went through some ups and downs. I got beat down several times. I got talked about and cheated and chastised and all that type of stuff. But I fought through it all. And because I fought through it all, I became a champion. So I'm able to live this life like this. So for those of you who really want to live this life like this, then you have to go through those same type of ingredients. Set the destination, be goal-oriented, be determined, and have a sense of resilience. So I'm going to teach you exactly how to do all that. But in order for you to do that, you have to understand that persistence is key. Persistence is everything, right? Now, the last ingredient is beliefs. Beliefs. You have to believe that you are the one that can actually get it done. Not just me. It's not laid up for just me or for JB. It's laid up for you too. Okay. You are the one. Even if you may think to yourself, well, you know what? I don't feel like I'm good enough. That's just negative talk. I'm going to strongly encourage you to think about what you're thinking about. All of the negative thoughts, because most of the time, over 90% of the thoughts we think are negative. So I'm going to encourage you to start filtering out all of that negativity and start inquiring or inviting positive energy, positive thoughts, because an idle mind is a dangerous mind. It's kind of like the devil's playground. So you want to make sure that you just shove all that stuff away from your mindset. So think about what you're thinking about. What are you listening to? Are you watching the news at night? Because the news is kind of like a death report, right? And you don't want to invite that information. Matter of fact, that's negative information that you don't want to sleep on. But most people do. They'll go to sleep on the news. Then we wake up in the morning and they go ahead and watch the news again. So all during the night, it's soaking into your subconscious. Then you try to go fight traffic and all that type of stuff. And you wonder why you're not as happy as you should be. It's because you're constantly inviting negativity. Even when you go to work, you're asking people, what's wrong? Why invite that negativity? Instead, why not ask them something like, what's going well in your life? What's going well? They may start to think about, well, what's going well? And most of the time, they'll come up with negative stuff, even when you ask them what's going well, what's going right in their lives, because they're so accustomed to being around negative energy. But you're going to make the difference because you're not going to be negative. You're going to always have something positive to say, always have something empowering to say, always be in a position where you can see the greatness instead of all the doom and gloom. Okay. So what I'm saying here is that you have to believe that you are the one that can actually get it done. Now, there's 4 things that happens when it comes to beliefs. First thing is potential. Each and every one of you have potential. Okay. Your potential is going to drive your beliefs. So the more potential you have, the more beliefs you have. The less potential you think you have, the less beliefs you'll have in them. So your beliefs is going to drive your actions. Your beliefs is going to drive your actions. Okay. Then your actions is going to produce your results. Then your results is going to confirm your potential. So let's just think for a second. All of you have potential. Every one of you have potential. Yes, you. Yes, you too. Absolutely. You have potential to do anything that you want, whether it's speaking, whether it's writing, whether it's playing an instrument. You have potential to do it. Now, the question is, how much do you believe that you can actually get it done? If your beliefs is very, very small, and I don't think I can do it, it's not going to happen, then of course you're going to put very small, very few efforts into actually getting it done. So when that happens, your results is going to reflect the very few efforts. You're not going to get it done. And then because you didn't get it done, that's your result. Your result is going to confirm your potential. It's like, I told you I couldn't do it. And then what type of mood, what type of mindset does that put you in? Does it feel empowering? No. Why? Because you started with the wrong beliefs. Now, what if you increase your beliefs and say, well, you know what? Anything is possible. I don't know how to do it yet, but I'm going to find a way to get it done. That's persistent. I'm going to find a way to get it done. I don't have the talent or the skill set, but I'm going to find a way. I'm going to find a coach, a teacher, a mentor that's going to help me get it done. And then you start learning how to get it done. Okay. So when your beliefs is high, then of course your action is going to be high. So now you're going to put in massive action. When you have massive action, guess what happens? You produce massive results. And those results is going to confirm your potential. I told you I can do it. I told you I'm a stud. I got it done. Why? Because your beliefs are in the right place. So make sure when you are doing anything, when you're going towards any goal, you understand the ingredients of persistence. Set a destination of where you want to go. You're goal oriented, setting a course of action of what do I need to accomplish in order to get there. Then you want to be determined that you are going to make it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're going to make it happen. And then you have to be resilient because everything is going to try to stop you. Be resilient, push through it. And then, of course, your beliefs have to be skyrocketed. And when they are, you will have success. You will have success. So if you like that and you want to have more on your signature talk, if you have a signature talk that you want to do, for speakers that are out there, if you want to turn your message into a program, then I'm the person that you want to talk to. I work with people like the Les Browns and the Robert Kiyosaki's and people like that. I can work with you as well to help you get what's called a signature talk. As a matter of fact, I'm offering right now what's called a signature talk experience. This is a class that I'm teaching right now, and it's going to be March 28th, 29th, and 30th. It's going to be here in Clearwater. We're going to have a phenomenal time. But also, what we're going to do is we're going to share with you the 5 key elements that I use today. Intro, story, problem, solution, call to action. The 5 key elements that every presenter, every speaker should learn and should know. Because it works in anything, any advertising, it works in any type of speech that you're going to give. Intro, story, problem, solution, call to action. So you're going to learn those key elements. Then you want to actually produce. You're going to tell your story. You're also going to not only write your story, you're going to come up with some valuable points that people can actually grow from. And you're going to grade each other. And when you grade each other, someone is going to win cash prizes. They're also going to win a chance to be one-on-one with me. And also they're going to be on Limitless TV and have an opportunity to get a TED Talk. So if you ever thought about getting a TED Talk, I can show you how to do that. I have a partnership with TED as well. Okay, so just go to jjohnson360.com, click on the ticket. You'll learn a little bit more about Signature Talk Experience, or you can actually book an appointment with me to see if this is a good fit for you. Okay, so for those of you who really want to take action now. For those of you who want to elevate your game now. Get it done. Don't let procrastination stop you, because procrastination is our arrogant assumption that God owes you another opportunity to do what you had time to do today. Let's get it done. Go, go, go. Turn this call back over to you, Mr. JB.